Ti Chin Huyn. So over at the shot put, we're taking a look there at number 287, Pachari Wisetsi from Thailand. Only 3 competitors in this category of athlete. This is the F46 shot put. And in fact, there are 2 shot put competitions taking place simultaneously. There's the F11, F12 shot put as well. This is the second Thai athlete, Surang Kamsut, number 286. 38 years of age, very experienced. Rolling the shot around very comfortably. Gets nice and low, and it's a good put there. Gets decent length on it. Meanwhile, I'm delighted to say that I've been joined by Nick Applin once again. Thanks very much for coming in, Nick. I hope you enjoyed the badminton yesterday, did you?
I had a great time. It was really splendid. You know, you couldn't fault any of these guys for the efforts that they put in. And so I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit of track and field this morning. Throwing used to be my event. Not shot put, but javelin.
Well, Nick's missed the javelin event this morning, which I'm sure he would have enjoyed enormously. Some very good javelin throwing. Putu Kristiani from Indonesia, with a fairly distinctive hairdo. I'm happy with that one, I must admit.
We see all colours of the rainbow, I expect.
Okay. Important to get low, fast across the circle. Perhaps didn't quite get the angle of delivery right. I think the body language suggests she's a little bit disappointed with her own effort there.
Yeah, the shot seemed to slip out the bottom part of her hand and palm, and so you're right, she didn't get the height that she needed on that one. I'm surprised sometimes the shot putters will step out automatically if they feel they're not achieving what they should. Still smiling though.
Well, I think the great thing with the throwers is there's this tremendous camaraderie, isn't there? We always see this with the big athletes. They seem to be big personalities as well, and we like that. So now this is the other part of the competition. Jeanette Aclebeda from the Philippines, and this is the T11 stroke T12 category, and you can see she's wearing the eye mask there just to make sure that there is no sight at all in there. Some of these athletes have just a little bit of sight. I think they can see things at a distance of 25 centimetres or so, and so that there's no advantage at all, they have to be blacked out unless they are certified as 100% blind. A lady with an extraordinary name from Brunei, Dignor Henson, I'm going to go with there. Competitor 101, and she's 31 years of age. Well, and there we see much higher trajectory, and I don't think that one slipped out the back of her hand.
No, that one looked pretty good, really. And all the more amazing, of course, that you don't have an awareness of what's around you. But I guess over time with practice, yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, good technique there. Gets nice height on the ball. Good delivery. Got nice and low to start with. Speed across the circle is the big thing. People are often surprised how quick shot putters often are. I remember Jeff Capes, the old English shot putter, who was tremendously quick, not over a long distance, but over 30-40 metres, a flyer.
I was going to pick on the same example. I met Jeff once or twice, rather imperious sort of fella, but you're right, he was very, very sharp over short distances.
Win Thi Chin, competitor 331 from Vietnam, much slighter figure than the other girls that we've seen. And another of the girls who's taking part in a number of different events. And why not? You've come all this way, you've trained hard, have a go at various events. May not be your favourite.
Whoops, just tipped over a little bit. But, I mean, not too bad. Maybe she has aspirations to be the equivalent of a pentathlete or a heptathlete. So she's multi-talented. This one, I think she made contact with the front of the circle.
Yeah, there was a red flag there. She fell over the front of the circle. But actually, quite clearly, you can see she's more of a runner than a thrower. There we go, lost balance. And so that's a foul throw. But she got good height, good distance. And this is Emala Devi from Malaysia. No nonsense approach. Nice and low across the circle. Oh, that's a good throw. That's the longest we've seen so far.
Yeah, you could just sort of tell the preparation, little moves there, idiosyncratic of somebody well practiced in shot put, positioning the shot against the neck and so on. Although it does just drift away a little bit at the end there, but still, you're right. Good distance, good throw.
Well, that's all four of the girls in the F11, F12. So we're back across to our second category, Pachuri Wisetsi.
May just have come off the fingers a little bit there, and I think she wasn't too happy.
Yeah, she stepped on the bar at the front just to say, don't bother measuring that one. Didn't like that one at all. But still smiling.
That's right.
Great characters.
I guess during a competition you have to get to know each other a little bit. You're going to sit with them for an hour or so, and then over the season you'll get to know each other pretty well.
I think there's also this thing on the track. You're actually one against one. It's much more physically competitive. This, you just go up and take your turn, and you can admire other people's efforts. The second of the ties here, Surang Kamsuk. Well, she doesn't step over the barrier there, so she wants that one to be measured. Just three competitors here, and Christiane Putu still to go with the, I don't know, what colour are we calling that hair there? Tricky. Crimson? Anyway, it's a striking hairstyle. In a situation like this with only three competitors, the -1 rule applies. And so they only give out gold medal and silver medal. So I'm afraid if there's a three-man field or three-woman field in this case, and you finish third, you don't actually get awarded a medal. Sometimes we do see some of the teams putting in an additional competitor to make it 4, so that there are 3 medals given. And I don't know how you feel about that, Nick, but I'm quite comfortable with that.
Yeah, I think it's a shame that they don't get some recognition in the first place. But this is a fairly common concept. I think it happens in other sports as well. So they're ready for it. So it's a good strategy. Bring somebody else in, make the competition a little bit more interesting.
Well, she's a very strong girl. The technique's not great, is it? Awfully flat again, but the basics are there.
The basics. She's a powerful lady. So you could see the effort put in, and the sound of the scream at the end as well. We have to think of a name to describe.
That's probably the best haircut we've seen so far over the 2 days, and there've been some good ones already. But we like that one, that's for sure.
I wonder if they come to some sort of arrangement before they start that, you know, on this particular day I'm having this colour, you can have a different one. Flaming Passion.
Okay, so now we go back to the T11, T12 competitors. Jeanette Acabeda from the Philippines, not one of the better putters.
Very easy to hurt your fingers with the shot put if you don't quite get it right.
I think with Jeanette there, we saw the reverse of what you commented on with Himala Devi. Whereas Himala Devi got into position, it all looked very, very authoritative, very well drilled. I think Jeanette looked as if she kind of got in there and just put the shot.
Yeah.
So now this was also the good athlete, wasn't it, from Brunei, Dignor Hansan.
You feel that just the sense of things very, very important. The starting position, have to know exactly where you are, and then you have to trust to the drilling that you've gone through, the ability to repeat movements.
This is a proper shot putter, isn't it? Out she goes. That's a
good.
Good putt.
Very good. I wonder, she's waiting for feedback. She gets it from the putt itself. She knows how good or bad it feels, but then she needs that extra little bit of feedback about the distance, and somebody needs to tell her, look, yeah, that was great.
Huynh Thi Chen from Vietnam, really very much in contention for the bronze medal, you feel. The gold will be between Himala Devi of Malaysia and Dignor Hansan from Brunei.
The helping hand into the circle. Okay, gets a feel for both sides of the circle. I'm just interested to see where her thumb goes. The thumb should hopefully be a little bit underneath. Yeah, there it goes. That's a good sign. They always used to say, clean palm, dirty neck. No dirt on these at the moment, but the palm should be clear. The shot shouldn't rest on the palm. Very intense.
Across the circle. It's a little bit army, isn't it?
It was. You could see the elbow sort of dropping a little bit. So much of the rotational movement is important, and you've got to keep your elbow fairly high in order to do that. The guide is reassuring her, though.
Presenting the victory ceremony for the men's javelin throw F55.
Well, we've got